Happy Sunday. So I have probably reposted the haka that was done in Parliament at least 3 times. And I wanted to make a statement on it because I've already made a couple of statements, typed them out with those posts, but I wanted to kind of go a little bit more in detail. So when I typed those statements out, I said that this is femininity. This is femininity. And I think that this clip, when you see the reaction of the indigenous men and the colonizers, you see the difference between toxic masculinity and true masculinity, secure masculinity. Because when that woman steps out in her power to take a stand for herself and her community, there is no hesitation with the man that is nearest her rising to stand by her side and stand for himself, her, and his community. No hesitation. He doesn't try to take over. He doesn't try to push her back. He doesn't try to silence her voice. But you know who does try to silence her voice? You know who does start to roll his eyes and even says, oh no, we're not doing this. Oh no, don't do that. The colonizer. The colonizer is the one rolling his eyes. The colonizer is the one huffing and puffing. The colonizer is the one who is so put out. And then he takes a step back, not physically, but emotionally and mentally, and he looks up. And he sees that it's not just the people on the ground floor, but it's the people in the balcony that have also responded. And then you see fear. And that right there is the difference between toxic masculinity and true masculinity. Because true masculinity doesn't fear femininity. It supports it. It uplifts it. It enhances it. And it doesn't try to take it over or suppress it or repress it or oppress it. Again, it supports it. It stands right by its side. It hears femininity and it says, I see what you're doing. I see where you're going. And I see that what you're doing is what needs to be done. And so I'm going to stand right beside you. I'm going to support you. I'm going to protect what you're doing by putting my presence right beside you. And we're going to go in tandem, and they're going to hear my voice and your voice, and my voice and your voice, and my voice and your voice. And together we're going to be unstoppable. And that is what's supposed to happen between couples, not submission, but cooperation. And this is what all of those people talking about women not knowing their place are missing. They are missing that they're listening to the colonizers. And the colonizers do not want us walking in our power. And our power is unity. The colonizers want us to think that unity is only the man having a say and the woman sitting by and being quiet and being docile and being submissive, subservient. But that's not unity. Unity is when the man or woman can take a leadership position and they trust each other and they support and protect each other because what they're doing is in the best interest of themselves and the community. And you saw the man and the woman standing side by side in the community coming right behind them and supporting everything they did. And picture if that had been in the interest of children, because it is. It's in the interest of children. It's in the interest of the next generation. But picture that all of that we saw is going down towards the children so that they have a better future. The man and the woman are not separate. They're not just a, quote, nuclear family, but they have a whole community behind them. They have a whole community that rises up when they rise up together and says, we see you. We hear you. And we're here for it. And that is the power of true community. Not submission, not silence, not docility, but knowing when to take a stand, when to use your voice, and letting your power come completely and authentically through you. And that is what the colonizers fear. When women tap into that ancestral power and men tap into that ancestral power and they stand together and they stand for themselves and their community. That is what they fear. And that is why they want to keep us divided and thinking that there's some kind of ladder, some kind of hierarchy, and that this is God-given, because it's not. What we saw in that parliament, that's God-given. A man and a woman standing side by side is God-given. A man with his foot on the neck of a woman is not divine at all. So, if you want to see the difference between toxic masculinity and true masculinity, you see it right there. And the men who want to operate in their true masculinity and are afraid of the disapproval of the men like that one, realize that what you're doing is letting that man's frowns, that man's rolled eyes, that man calling you a simp or whatever else he wants to call you, take the ability and the right that was given to you by God to stand beside your woman, to stand beside your community, to stand in your power. He's taking that away from you by calling you a few names, by rolling his eyes, by saying, oh no, she's supposed to be beneath you. She's supposed to be behind you. She's supposed to be under you. No, she's supposed to be right by your side, sir. Right by your side. And you're supposed to be right by hers. And that is what they are taking away from us with all of this talk of submission and a woman's place and women being silent and women needing to take a step back. That is what they're taking away from you. And look at how powerful it is. Don't let them take that away from you. Stand in your power, stand in your authenticity, stand in who you were created to be. May you walk in synergy. Happy Sunday. So